Hi, my name is Casey Long. I'm here to talk to you today about doing business overseas with Japan and our business, our electronics business, and what it all has to offer and what you'll need to know when going over there to do business. First off, you should know that you should always bow to a Japanese individual when meeting them for the first time, especially another man, because they are very ritualistic and honorable, and respect is a very big deal there. And the proper way to meet someone is to bow to them. And in America, the most proper way, obviously, is to shake hands and say nice to meet you. But here, it's bowing. Also, another term that is likely used when going to Japan, meeting someone for the first time, is like gahin, which means foreigner in American terms. And some Americans take that the wrong way, but it honestly is not a bad term. It's not unlikely for somebody to say. It's just very friendly. It means they like you. If a Japanese person was called a foreigner in America, that would be very frowned upon. But here, it's very honorable to be called a kahin. When going on after business occasions to restaurants and stuff, it is very common for dining with friends as a ritualistic thing as well. It is not uncommon for people to not leave tips after dinner unless it is out of the ordinary. But if it's just a normal dinner, then no tips are required. Also, another thing, when you meet someone for the first time, it's very common to give a gift. Most of the time, it's meeting women, women meeting women. They give gifts back and forth. Meeting them for the first or second time, it's just again very honorable and ritualistic. And dealing with religion here, 84% of the population in Japan is Buddhist. Like I said, 99% of the people that live there in Japan are Japanese, so there's not really much room for another religion, not very much diversity. 84% are Buddhist. And in terms of the economic status of the Japanese, it is downgraded. If you can see this right here, it's downgraded. Their GDP has gone way down. And that's mostly just because of the businesses just going down and not doing enough trade with outside foreign companies. The GDP could improve more with help from more foreign companies. I've read in many articles about South Korea and India doing more trade with one another to increase their GDP. The education here is huge. I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of small, but this is a classroom, and these are people working together and being very cooperative. People in Japan are not raised to be interdependent. They are raised to do group work and be very cooperative with each other and just do a lot of group work. Like in America, everybody or most people are raised to be independent and do their own thing and be outgoing with themselves and meet new people. And here they are taught to be working in groups and do a lot of group work. And we have a picture up here of a robot being completed by many different individuals, and it's just all about group work in the economic area of whatever business you're dealing with. Also, giving gifts in a business culture is likely, and doing business meetings, it's all about group work. But just remember that this Japan culture is technically a monarchy, but the judicial feeling to the entire political system in the Democratic Party generally leads the way in terms of personal freedoms to vote every year. So that's just another fun fact term of the economics of the Japanese as well as their government. One thing that may be surprising about the Japanese policy is their strict tolerance of narcotics and drugs, including marijuana. It is not very likely that you will see any sort of drugs like that anywhere. On the other hand, alcohol is extremely prevalent in places where it can be considered odd in comparison to Western societies. As I read in another article, beer, sake, and whiskey are very likely to see on everything: trains, dining establishments, homes. Everywhere you go, you'll be offered something like that outside of your workplace, and it is very likely for somebody to go home or before they go home to get a drink before 10 o'clock with their coworkers. So basically, Also, another thing, the amount of emphasis put on education, the promotion, thought in the economic agendas is very high and will be a huge factor in further growth, as what I've read in many articles. In order for our companies to succeed on an international basis, it is imperative that we in return, honor the Japanese when they come to our shores for electronics and whatever else we might be trading. But basically, that is some of the main things that you'll need to know of the Japanese culture. And I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thank you very much.